Okay, welcome back. Sorry for the delay. Had to restart my computer a couple times. No one's even... Anyway. Today's day 21 of learning to read Chinese, and now we are beginning the chapter on sports. Starting with all. This character, all, means the depths or the hidden recesses, obscure, profound, and mysterious. This is also used to refer to the Austria. It's called Altili. And the Olympics is called Yun. Yun, this character, Yun, means to transport or ship. It also means to use or wield. It refers to luck and fate. But Yun here, we're talking about the Olympics. Jing. Ting means to compete, contend, struggle, or argue. Of course, in the context of sports, we're talking about athletic competitions. Ji is artistry, ability, skill, or technique. That's what we're competing about. Is who's got the highest ability, the most skilled, best technique, and artistry. These are basically the things that they score on, right? In the Olympics. Aside from the events where it's like timed or whatever. Tao means to wash, like in a pan or a basket, to clean out or eliminate. This is like eliminating waste or dredge. Tai means to wash away or to select by elimination. So Tao Tai together is referring to like tournament brackets when the losers get eliminated each round and you have one champion. Shai means filter, sift, sieve, shake, or sprinkle. And xuan means to pick, choose, select, elect, or dispatch. So shai xuan is choosing a few from many. You know, you would use this when you're talking about like casting for production of a film or a play, or you use it when you're selecting the top athletes for a team, all those kinds of things. Qua means to step across, go beyond, stride, straddle, or span. You've got the foot on the side. Yue is to leap or jump. Duan is short or short-lived, brief, shallow. It's also used, duan chu would be like lacks, shortcoming. Anything that's lacking or weaknesses as opposed to strengths. Duan Paw is run. It can also mean to escape or just to go or run about doing something. Here we're specifically talking about literal running. Duan Paw being the sprints. It's the short run. So this Kuai Yue would be like the various. I guess would be like the long jump and the triple jump, stuff like that. Bong is a jump, bounce, hop, or leap. The difference is that bong is more vertical. Kuai Yue, these are like horizontal jumps. Bong tiao are more vertical. Although 跳 is, I guess, probably the most generic word for jumping, so it could be vertical or horizontal. Jump, hop, leap, spring, skip over. This is also used for heartbeats. It's called 心跳. Twitch. This is like if your eyelid is twitching or something. You would also use 跳 for that. 蹦跳. 撑 means to support from under or prop up. Push or move with a pole. Sustain, maintain. Unfurl, if you open like a tent, which is all folded up in the bag, and then you open it and you prop it up. You'd use 撑. Also like an umbrella, when you push that open, that's 撑伞. Full to bursting or brace. 撑杆. 杆 refers to originally, well, you see at the top, this is the thing for bamboo. So originally this was a bamboo pole or a fishing rod, but this can also refer to any sort of pole. Any sort of rod or pole. 撑杆. 撑杆 would refer to like the pole vault. Right? You're pushing yourself up with a pole. 铁 is iron, the metal, or ironware, stuff made of iron, which could be arms or weapons. Also, the black in color, or hard and strong. These are all, properties of iron, which became used as additional meanings of the character. Black, hard and strong, firm, irrefutable, unshakable, resolved, determined. So you could say, like, if two people are like the best of friends and they have like a really good and undyingly loyal and solid, firm relationship, you could say 关系很铁兄弟, stuff like that. 饼 is a flat cake or cookie or pastry patty. Specifically, this is like typically round, but could be square. The defining feature is that they're flat. So, 铁饼 would refer to the discus. 标 is a symptom, sign, mark, label, brand. Could be a prize or a target, standard. Originally this was the topmost branches of a tree, but now it's got all of these meanings. 枪 is a spear or a gun, rifle, or other firearm. So this would be like the shooting events, where you shoot at a target from a long range. 垒 originally rampart. It's like a defensive wall. It also refers to the bases in baseball, which would be like the relevant context in this sports unit. But we also use this. If you look at the character on the bottom, this is tool, right, for soil, the ground, and then you got here is a pile of rocks. So 垒, this means to build by piling bricks, clay, stones, or the like. If you want to see what kind of picture, yeah, this is actually, it's pretty clear, I would say. It's the ground and a pile of rocks. 足 means foot, or it also means sufficient, ample, satisfy, or complete, or worth. 排 means to push, expel, or exclude, to put in order or put in a row, or a military unit. The platoon is called a pai, and 排练 is used for rehearsing a play. 篮 is a basket or a goal. And so these are all the various ball sports. Like this. 垒 being the word for the bases in baseball. But we do actually usually call baseball 棒球, where 棒 refers to the bat. But here we're referring to it with the bases. And 足球would be football, but that's like, the international term football, where in the US we call soccer is 足球. And football, American football, is called 橄榄球, which is olive ball, because the football is kind of sort of shaped like an olive, so it's called that. 排球 is volleyball, because what are we doing with the ball? When you set the ball, it's kind of like pushing it, so that's called 排球. And 篮球, naturally, that's basketball. Okay, moving on. Qi is steam, vapor, or gas. You might remember that qi, this on the right, is the word for like the wind. It's gas or air. And so when you put the water on the side of gas or air, then we're talking about steam or water vapor, water as a gas. 车 is a vehicle. Originally we're talking about chariots, but this refers to like any type of car or cart or wheeled instrument, lathe. These are all called 车. If you look, this one's got a pretty good picture here. Yeah. Originally, this is a picture of, see, this is the front, or it's being drawn by the animal, and there's the wheels. Our other page has got a good one here. If you look at some of the older versions, like this is really obvious, right? This is the rig with the horses, and this is the wheels and the cart. And that's what it used to look like. This is the simplified version, so this, you'll see like the traditional one still kind of looks more like the abstraction of the cart. It's turned sideways now. But if you scribble it really fast, it ends up looking more like that. 车 Ju is another way to read this character. Ju refers to the rook, which is like the chariot piece in a chess game. But 汽车 refers specifically to cars, like which is kind of funny because they're not actually steam powered, but that's what we call them anyway, despite them being gasoline powered. La means to break, or mostly, I think break, that might be, yeah. That would be the original meaning. But we should probably reorder these. La means to pull, drag, tug. That's mostly what we use it for. This will be to bring up or help Or stretch. If you pull something from both sides, it's gonna get stretched. Play a string musical instrument. This is like if you play a string instrument with a bow, because you're pulling the bow along the strings. That's also called la. Li. Li means effort or physical strength. It means force, power, ability, or capability. Also could be might or influence, doing your best, these kinds of meanings. So this 汽车拉力 is going to be talking about drag racing, I guess. 驾 is to draw a cart. You see, it's got a horse on the bottom. Draw a cart, harness, saddle, ride, or drive. Refers to pilot, sailing, or piloting any sort of vehicle. Carriage, cart, horse. Shan. This is I don't even remember what this means. Okay, this is a sampan. It's a specific type of small boat. We should have a picture in here. It's got oars at the stern, so at the back. Look at the picture of this. Let's see what it looks like. These things. Might have seen them before. He's right, the guy who drives the boat, and it's got the oars in the back, and that's how it's driven. So shunt, that's specifically the word for that. This on the left tells you that's about boats. Sure means galloping, or drive, or sail. I mean, you pretty much use similar words for a lot of different modes of transportation. So you're just moving faster than you would on foot. Fan specifically refers to sails or sailing ships, sailboats. Fan chuan would be a sailboat. So here, 驾山, right? 驾山是帆. We're talking about sailing or rowing. 驾山 would be rowing, and 示范 would be sailing. 刀 is a knife or a sword, saber. Specifically, 刀 is a knife with a blade. It's got one sharp side, and the other side is blunt. Whereas 剑, I don't know if we got to that, is the one with, I think we did. It might have been in another chapter. But 剑 is the one that's sharp on both sides. 刀, often these are curved. See, this is, there you go. That's what the character's meant to look like for a knife. 刀 is also for 100 sheets of paper. 锤 is a hammer, a mallet, or weight, something shaped like a mallet. This refers to hit or strike, which is the motion that you take with a hammer or mallet. 锤. This has got metal on the side. 棍 is a club or cudgel, a stick. So refers to a rascal or a villain. But as an object, we're talking about this. If we're talking about a person, it's this. 棒 is a stick, club, or bat. It also refers to beating with a stick. And we also use this for good or excellent. If you say somebody did like great job, you're like 超棒, super good. But here we're talking about the sticks, clubs, bats. So this is our like javelins and stuff. Hammer throwing, knife throwing, those sorts of events. Go is a hook or sickle. Again, this is a metal on that side. Doll is it read that way in this context? Okay, doll. If you look at this character, the way that is drawn. Well, I mean, here they've drawn a human hand. I'm not sure if it's really supposed to be a human hand, but that is a drawing. A drawing of a claw. Claw hand. So it's all, this is nail, claws, talons, things of that nature. And 爪 would be like claw or paw on an animal. 脚爪, you would say, or 脚 is foot, right? What are we talking about here, though, in the sports? 钩爪, 钩爪, 钩爪. 杖 is a cane, stick, or rod, or staff. So like a cane, use a walking stick would be 拐杖. Various other purposes of these things. Cane, stick, rod, staff. 鞭 is a whip or lash. I'm not entirely sure what these are supposed to be about in the context of sports. Come back to that. 动 means to move or happen, or movement or actions. 动作 would be the compound word that we use for movements or actions. 静 means quiet or tranquil, peaceful, still, motionless, silent. Basically the opposite. But 动静 is actually used. Alright, hold on. 动静, if you put movement and stillness together. 动静, as a compound word, is used to describe movement or signs of movement. Like signs of activity, movement, if you detect movement. Like if you're making progress and you're just staring at the progress bar on your computer as it's trying to download something and it won't move. You're like, 怎么没动静? How come there's no signs of movement? Or you'd say like if you're hunting and you're watching for the little animals, stuff like that. 动静. 迂 is circuitous, winding roundabout, or pedantic and slow. 回 means to return or turn around, report back, reply, or change. I'm trying to figure out what we are talking about in the context. Let's find this. Go 8. Okay. This 刀锤棍棒钩肘杖鞭 Oh, I guess, yeah. Well, these are all Chinese traditional weapons, and here we are talking about their uses in martial arts. Martial arts as sporting events, competitive events. Okay, that makes sense. These 8 are all traditional weapons in Chinese martial arts that are used in various sporting events, competitions where they show the forms, and sometimes sparring, but usually nowadays I think usually it's just performing the routines. Okay, and now 动静迂回。作战性的。Talking about detours. I'm not quite sure what we are referring to here in the context of sports. But maybe the next part will give us a clue. 摔 is to cast, throw, or cast off, fall, tumble, lose one's balance, or trip. 跤 is a tumble. So 摔跤 together. 摔跤 could be tripping and falling, or it could be wrestling. The sport of wrestling is also called 摔跤. 击 is to beat, hit, strike, assault, or attack, come into contact with. 拳 is a fist, curl, like curling your hand into a fist. So the other meanings, like brave or honest. I don't think these are... Yeah, but in this context, we're talking about boxing. 击拳, or we call 拳击. It's the sport of boxing, which is punching and hitting people. So this 动静迂回. Maybe we're talking about how we're watching the opponent's moves, returning in a repartee. You retreat, but you wait for a chance to strike. Something like that. Not quite sure. But here is wrestling and here's boxing. So these here in the back, combat sports. Various different events. Remember to practice. This button is just for the ones in here, which you can show or hide if you go into your settings, or we use this one. 练习新学的字, the words, the new characters that you learned today. And we have, let's do that. And I'll see you next time with our new unit, which is one. Ooh, so like cultural landmarks and objects. Bye.